Welcome into the Devil's Digest postgame show following Arizona State's 81-66 win here at District Financial Arena over Utah Tech. The Sun Devils now improved to 2-0 on the young season. My name is Justin Lestertosa. That's staff writer George Lund. And George, in the first half, it was a pretty clean game for ASU, getting efficient looks both at the rim and from beyond the arc. However, the second half wasn't exactly the same. However, ASU only turned the ball over 8 times. What did you make out of the performance just holistically?
Yeah, I thought it was an improvement on game one. Obviously, in game one, turnovers were a big issue. Defense was a big issue. You give up a big second half to Southern Utah. That's a big sky opponent. That's not what you want to see. The turnovers were the main emphasis, and that's where you saw the most improvement. Only 8 compared to 14 in the first game. It felt like the passing was a lot better, a lot more efficient. It got really sloppy in the second half once you saw Utah Tech start to incorporate the full court press. But overall, I thought the defense was better, particularly in the first half. I believe only 25 first half points by Utah Tech in that first half. A lot of individual performances. We talk about Diop, Masamba Diop, Santiago Toure. Double-double from him. Diop had 18. Those were standouts, but obviously I think this team needs to start playing a lot better. You have number 21 Gonzaga coming up on the schedule. That's going to be a big jump between the two opponents that you played so far. But overall, I think all that you can ask from this team when they have as many international guys and as many new guys coming in is you see game-to-game improvement, and that's what we saw today.
For sure, and the vibes certainly seem to be high. Bobby Hurley, once again, after this game, said he doesn't have to worry about taking guys out of the lineups and facing some sort of reaction. He said the culture, it feels good, and point guard Mo Odom said this team has a chance to potentially shock the world. Now, they haven't fully proven that yet, but was there anything specifically tonight that you saw on offense or defense that could potentially lead to that?
Yeah, I think the improvements beyond the arc from the full forwards, the centers, I think that was one of the things that we emphasized post-game is that Toure and Diop had three-pointers combined. And what Mo Odom said after the game is that allows them to stretch the floor, play 5 out. So I think when you add in the beyond the arc aspect from a lot of ASU's big men, when you add in the passing improvements, Mo Odom said after the game that one of the key aspects of this team is that he wants to take guys under his wing. He mentioned Masamba Diop as one of those guys that he's younger, he's coming from another country. He wants to be a mentor for him, take him under the wing. They talk about how they hang out after the games, before games, during games, picking guys up. It just seems like a team that is very meshed together, and it's a very new team all at the same time. So they're going to come together and they're going to get better each game, and I think that's what we saw today, and this team has a lot of room for growth.
Yeah, and as we kind of alluded to before, Odom said that this is a team that can potentially shock a lot of people, and their first true test this season comes in the form of number 21 Gonzaga next Friday at 9 p.m. still here at District Financial Arena. What are the Sun Devils going to have to do to potentially pull off the upset?
Yeah, it's Adam Miller's return to ASU, so that'll be an exciting one for those that have been a fan of the team in the last few years. There's a lot of things that this team did to do. I think this team has a lot of individuals that are playing well right now, but they really haven't gotten it together as a team. When they go on those big runs, the team looks like they could compete with the rest of the Big 12, but as we saw in the second half today, they get a little sloppy. Sometimes when full court press, when things come their way that they're not used to, the bad passes, going for the big play, I think was one of the things that we saw today from Pig Johnson. Sometimes he's trying to make the flashy pass, he's trying to make the step back 3, and sometimes it's just not there. They have to play really efficient, and they have to play the way they did in the first half throughout the entire course of the game. And we're yet to see them do that just yet. But this team has taken strides. They have the talent to be able to potentially upset. We saw them almost upset Gonzaga this time last year. They just have to play as a team. Each individual has to play their game, and they have to play consistently well.
Well, George, we appreciate your insight. Make sure to stay tuned for all of his coverage, and we'll be here throughout the week with both coverage of ASU men's basketball and ASU football. So stay locked in. Go to DevilsDigest.com. Follow Devils Digest on Twitter at Devils Digest. Once again, my name is Justin Lestertosa. That's George Lund. We'll talk to you guys soon.